Two very good games of hockey that had just happened in the NHL in the playoffs. Let's talk. First off, we had the Carolina Hurricanes and the Washington Capitals facing off in Game 5. The Carolina Hurricanes went into this game up 3-1 in the series, and we saw some handshakes. The Carolina Hurricanes, they won 3-1 in this game, winning the series 4-1. Jordan Staal, he opened up the scoring in this one with a beautiful shot that arguably should not have gone past Logan Thompson. It was far side. It looked like it was going to go wide, so I understand why Thompson might have thought it was going to go wide and just kind of lackadaisically tried to save it, but it is the playoffs. You don't lack. If you are not 100% certain that that puck is going wide, you have to put something on it and send it to the corner, and that just did not happen. Jordan Staal rifled it past Logan Thompson, 1-0 Canes. Not much longer after that, Anthony Beauvillier of the Washington Capitals, he ties the game at 1-1, and the place is starting to go ballistic. They are starting to believe that they can pull off this victory in Game 5, and will they be able to? Not too much else happened in the second period. There was chances either way. It was kind of the same old story of this series. Not a lot of action, a lot of good defense, and you know what? It's still good hockey, but if you're not a fan of these two teams, it can be a bit on the boring side. In the third period, the Carolina Hurricanes, they're pressuring. It is late. 1:59 to go in regulation. Andrei Svechnikov, he takes a sharp angled shot. It goes in. Past Logan Thompson for a 2-1 lead in the game. The place goes deathly quiet. The Washington Capitals, they didn't have too much else to say about this game either because they did not create. They created some chances to try to tie up the game, but they didn't go all in. They couldn't get another goal to tie the game, and Seth Jarvis on his butt, on his way down, he puts it into the empty net. 3-1 final for the Hurricanes. Now, what's next for the Hurricanes? They await the winner of the series, Florida versus Toronto. That game is being played in Game 6 in Florida tomorrow night. I'm not even going to talk about that right now because we have to wait for the predictions for that game. But it is going to be extremely tight tomorrow, and the Canes will just be sitting patiently waiting for the scraps of who is left in that series. Up next, we got the game that finished kind of recently, the Winnipeg Jets and the Dallas Stars. The game is in Winnipeg, Manitoba, where my wife told me this fact a couple hours ago. Winnipeg, Manitoba in Canada, known to be a pretty cold town, and I don't know too much about Winnipeg, if I'm being completely honest, but it's known to be not that warm of a place that you go to. It was the warmest place on planet Earth the other day. There was, at one point of that day, it was plus 36 degrees Celsius or whatever the heck it was. I forget what my wife said. But it was the hottest place on planet Earth. That is just the wildest stat that I've heard in a long time. Back to the hockey, though. It was the whiteout. It was ice cold in the building. It is the coolest tradition in hockey. We just got to be honest with ourselves. The Winnipeg Jets, this was the Jets team that we saw throughout the regular season, just dominant, up and down the ice. This team that we saw tonight was the reason that they won the President's Trophy. You got to give them their flowers tonight. They looked very good. Dallas had no answers for them whatsoever. This was also the Connor Hellebuyck that we all knew. That this is the Connor Hellebuyck that will be winning the Vezina Trophy for best goalie in the league. He played extremely well tonight. You gotta give it where it's due. As much as I hate giving credit to the Winnipeg Jets and especially Connor Hellebuyck, tonight was a very good night for them. Unlike the Maple Leafs top scorers and top players on their team who did not come through or do not come through in the big moments for them, the Winnipeg Jets' best players came through for them today. Mark Scheifele, he opened the scoring in this game for them. Nikolai Ehlers, he got a power play goal earlier in this game, picking up his 4th of the playoffs, and then picked up his 5th of the playoffs on the empty net. And kind of like the Jarvis goal, he was being dragged down, and he still was able to put in the puck in the net. Nemesnikov, he was the other goal scorer, the 4th goal. No, he didn't get the 4th goal. I think he got the 3rd goal, and then Ehlers put the 4th goal in. I think that's how it went off the top of my head. But Nemesnikov, he's finally coming through. He was very slow in the first couple games against St. Louis, and now he's starting to become pretty consistent. Not crazy consistent, but he is coming through at the big moments for his team. So what's up next for the Winnipeg Jets and the Dallas Stars? Saturday, 6 o'clock Mountain Time for me, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern for you guys out east, and or 9 o'clock p.m. for your East Coasters. The Jets will have a huge task at hand because they just seem to crumble, and it is all despair on the road. Hellebuck has nothing to give on the road right now, so hopefully for the Jets' sake that continues. Yeah, Saturday night, here we go. We will talk to you tomorrow for my predictions. I might have a lot to say in my predictions video depending on how I feel about the game. I have to go to work, so I'm trying to be very zen about it. The Leafs, they have to win, and we'll talk to you during the predictions. Have a great day, have a great rest of your night, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks to all my new followers on TikTok. I've been gaining quite a bit, for my standards, on this platform, and YouTube has been slowing down a bit. But if you're here watching on TikTok and you haven't subscribed to YouTube, go and do that now. I'd very much appreciate it. Talk to you later, y'all. Have a great